All right, team, welcome to the Next Fitness Show. This is Alexis Craig, and I am coming to you live right now from California. And you are here for episode 91 of the Next Fitness Show. Wow, amazing. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so for those of you who are here with us live, please say hi down in the chat right now. That way I will actually know that you're here. Otherwise, I can just see a number of who's here, but I can't see your name. So say hey. So far, we have Megan and Donna D and Mom. All right. Happy Friday. Great to see you in here. All right. If you're taking this as a replay or if you're watching this later, say hi in the comments instead. We'd love to hear from you too. Okay, we have an amazing show for you today. I am so exciting. First up, the biggest, most exciting part of the show is we have a teammate feature today with Edie. So I am going to just bring Edie in here for a second as we introduce her. Edie, hey, thanks for being here with us today.
Hi, Al.
Yay. Okay, well, we're gonna get to know Edie really well, and she has a lot of wisdom to share with us too. Also, we do have a mid-show stretch break. We have a move of the week. We have a bunch of exciting announcements that you're not gonna miss, and we have a little tip at the end as well. So stay tuned. Now, this is a production of the Next Fitness Thing. If you want to check us out, we have way more to offer than just this show that's once a week. We have hundreds and hundreds of classes to offer and community events and more. So go to thenextfitnessthing.com and check us out. You can also find us at The Next Fitness Thing on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all the things. On TikTok, there's no the, it's just Next Fitness Thing. All right, now, for those of you who are live, go push like on that video. And without further ado, we have our teammate feature right here with Edie. Yay, welcome, Edie. All right, so Edie, I would love for you to just take a moment right now and to introduce yourself and tell us who you are, where you're from, like how did you find us, what's your relationship to us, anything else you want to tell us. Yeah.
So I am one of the older and wiser and crazier of the teammates. I live in a suburb outside of Chicago. I was a teacher for 37 years. I
Oh,
taught kids
wow.
who had behavioral issues in junior high. So a lot of my humor is junior high because I spent so much time in it. Uh, and it's very hard to lie to me because, I dealt with lying junior high kids for
Junior
so
high.
I can pretty much detect that. Most people who know me know I'm an avid reader, hence a lot of books. Uh,
Mhm.
I like talking about books. I like reading books. I like buying books. I like everything books.
Nice.
My love language is books. So you get books from me, then you know, that means I really
You
care
know that
about
you're
you.
loved. I was lucky enough to actually be the recipient of a book gift from Edie, and it was freaking amazing. Like, wow. I mean, it was an amazing gift. There's like a superhero like comic book kind of thing that I never would have even known existed. I mean, fantastic. So Edie calls herself a book apothecary. Now, for those of you who might not know the vocab or even it's almost cognitive dissonance for me to even say that. So what does that mean to you, Edie, to be that? Or what is the
So
definition
I
of a
like
book
books,
apothecary?
and it actually started during my teaching years. So I would have kids who, I don't want to read, I'm not going to read, I hate reading, whatever. And I would always say to them, if I get the right book in your hands, you will be a reader. And, they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, yes. And so I would always get the right book in their hands, and it would make a difference. And,
Mm-hmm.
so as an adult, people will tell me like what they like or where they are in their life. Like sometimes people say to me, I don't like thrillers, but oh my God, I was having this like horrible experience with medication. I'm like, oh, I know one about an evil pharmacist. I'm like, I will get that. So if I know something, I can prescribe books for you for where you are now or where you will be, or something that I know will pique your interest because you've mentioned something to me.
I see, I see, I see. That's amazing. Okay. And meanwhile, Carol's in the chat right now saying, look at all those books,
Oh,
right?
oh, Carol, this is just one level,
It's like the tip of the iceberg.
embarrassingly so.
What do you read?
So I will genre hop. I will do different things. I am stretched constantly by teammate Anna, who will insist I read some weirdo stuff. Then I will,
Uh-huh.
all right, I'll read this weirdo thing. But my favorite genre is historical fiction. I like
Oh,
that the most. But I do like thrillers, and I like memoirs. There's a lot of things. It really depends on my mood at the time.
right. Right. Okay. And do you read like you prefer a tangible book? You like audiobooks? You do Kindle? What's your
I
way?
am a hardcore physical book reader. I am so again, being a teacher and being a special ed teacher, I know that I take it in better. I'm a visual learner. I'm
Mm.
not as strong as an auditory learner, but my goal next year is to like, because when I walk now, I listen to podcasts a lot, but the girls keep saying to me, just try an audiobook, just try an audiobook. So that's my goal for next year is to start an audiobook.
Okay, I love audiobooks. It's like one of my go-to things, especially for me. It's like when I'm cleaning or driving or something like
So
that.
here's something I want you to know. And again, it's crazy thoughts. But when you are reading a physical book, if you are
Uh-huh.
a neurotypical person, you don't hear anything. Like, so you can have background, you can have whatever. It could be as crazy
Okay.
as it is, which often it is. If you are neurodiverse in any way, shape, or form, you either hear your own voice or a different voice when you are physically reading.
Yeah,
But if you are also neurotypical, the audio is like, okay, this is normal.
right.
So, it helps to know what type of learner you are.
That's super interesting. Okay, that is so interesting.
So nerdy of me, so nerdy.
Uh-huh. Well, I love that about you. Okay, so that's amazing. If anybody has questions for Edie, by the way, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Now, I know Edie I've known you for a while, mostly from working out, and we recently launched this 6 a.m. working workout class, and Edie has been the most consistent person showing up to that class, like seriously committed. And it's 6 a.m. Pacific. I know you are in the Midwest, so I think it's
Oh, it's
probably
8
8
a.m. for
a.m. for
me.
you. Right. I'm usually still in my pajamas, and I definitely have no makeup on, and I'm just straight up just like, okay, it's the morning. Let's go.
Which is
Um,
just what I need. It's the perfect level for me at that time.
uh-huh. I mean, so I guess my question for you is, I mean, the word that you, or the phrase that you used around this is that you are an active ager. What does
Yes.
that actually mean to you?
So if you are going to have the ability to grow old and you are blessed to grow older, you have to do it in three ways. You have to move your body. First and foremost, you have to move your body and you have to find ways to challenge your body. I'm not saying be super intense and crazy lunatic, but you have to challenge it. Second thing is you have to do that with your mind. You have to challenge your mind. You have to, and I do it by reading, I do it by puzzles, I do it by different things, but you have to do that. And third, and this is probably the craziest, but you have to have community.
Hmm.
And you have to have a couple communities that sustain different parts of you.
Hmm.
So like this community is, fantastic. I love joking around with different people. A bunch of us send each other bizarro memes in the middle of the week for bizarro reasons, which always
Hmm.
make me laugh. And I know that I can send something to Artie Sharon late at night here. She sends it back late. I know I can send it to Michelle, whatever. Anna sends me weird stuff. And Lisa T, they're great. Every one
Nice.
of them is my community, not just on here, but I know that they'll see something that, is goofy and nerdy and they'll be like, well, this is you. And they send it and I love it. So,
Uh-huh.
so you have to have the community, you have to move and you have to challenge yourself. And I think the next fitness thing brings these things together for me.
Aw, awesome. That's so great to hear. Okay, so I maybe know a little bit about this, but what workouts do you like? What do you actually like to do?
Well, here's the other weirdo thing about me is I think I was born without endorphins. I don't think I have any endorphin. Like people feel great after workout. Not me. I'm just like, check, I did it. But I do like walking because I'm good at it. I can walk.
Right.
I like bar because it really the moving the little muscles sometimes is better for me than big muscle stuff.
Okay.
So, I really like bar, but I really like doing ab work because I am convinced one day I will see my abs again.
Okay. Nice. I like it. I mean, I feel like you could probably get the, I don't know if endorphin's the right, but you might get the dopamine hit from the checking of the box. That might be more of your thing.
Uh, I'm pretty sure I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just crazy. But I do it because I have learned consistency is the thing I need to do.
Right.
Like
Yeah, that's great. You have such good wisdom, and I love that you can break down the thing that you need into three pieces. Also, I will say that when you're naming this part of you want to make sure you're challenging your brain, I would say doing a modality like bar is actually one of the best ones for that. And it kind of crosses over between using your body and using your brain at the same time because there's a lot of coordination challenges that come up with that that aren't extreme or anything, but it might, unless you grew up taking ballet
yeah.
every day, it kind of is a new movement pattern that might be different than what you've done before. So I
Yes.
really think it's good for that. Nice. Okay, and I understand that you have recently taken it on yourself to cut sugar down. Tell us a little bit about that.
So both sides of my family are have diabetes in them. And I was finding that I was getting this inflammation, I was getting all these things. And so, of course, being a little keyboard warrior, every single thing pointed to sugar. And
Right.
it's not even that I'm a big sugar person, I'm really more of a salt person, but I was eating more sugar than I should have and whatever. So I was like, all right, for 2 weeks, I'm going to be like really hard. And then
Okay.
be able to control it. And the 2 weeks, I was like, you know what? I'm fine. Rings fit better. I'm not seeing the inflammation. I'm sleeping a little better. I'm doing what. And so I said, all right, now I've just really have to learn more. So I'm putting myself on this little journey where I'm learning that I have to have more protein, what kind of fiber, what kind of fats, whatever, making sure that sugar isn't in anything that I'm choosing, when I think I'm choosing well. So again, it's just about educating myself, and I feel much better since doing it.
Okay, that's great to hear. I can totally relate to that. I mean, I definitely have diabetes in my family too. I think there's a lot of diabetes in going around these days. But
I do too.
yeah, but and also I feel like there's sugar hiding in so many places that I
That's
don't usually like encourage a diet or any kind of like extreme thing, but I can see how cleansing sugar for a period of time and maybe, I mean, for a while can be really helpful even as an educational process so that you can really figure out where it is because if you don't know, if you might not think there's sugar in a lot of things that
even supplements. So I had to toss out a ton of supplements and replace them with sugar-free things.
interesting,
So I mean, I'm trying to see every single place where it's hiding, and
right?
it's in there.
And did you just do white powder sugar or was it like also high fructose corn syrup or I
I've
mean,
been trying to get just rid of anything that isn't like fresh fruit.
okay.
That's like the only thing I'm like, no, I will have some fresh fruit.
I hear you. Uh-huh. And are you do you use sugar substitutes?
No, I'm like, you know what? I'm sweet enough. Ha, not
Yeah,
even.
that's right with that. I've tried the sugar supplements. This is not any kind of advice for anyone. I'm just sharing my experience. I tried a bunch of the sugar supplements and it usually causes digestive
Yeah,
issues.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, so to me, I would rather just not have that. Although I do still have a little bit of honey sometimes,
yeah,
especially like raw
occasionally.
local or something like that. But okay, that's good. Are there any strategies that you would suggest that have been helping you around that? That like if anybody else wanted to try it?
I think everybody has to know what their triggers are. So for me, like seasonal things. So in the Midwest, all the apple stuff and the pumpkin stuff during the fall. And I really do love that stuff. And I'm just like, if I haven't made it or someone who I trust hasn't made it, I'm not eating it.
Okay. Yep. Right. That's great. I love that. In the chat, here's what's happening. Carol says, I'm reading November Book Club on both audio, only what Libby had, and on Kindle for reading in bed. And I'm trying to do both, and it forces you to read whole chapters too. Oh, so you can find your place. Yeah, I get it. I just finished the book club book for November, and I did it on audio, and it's like included in your Spotify membership. So I listened to it there, and mostly while cleaning my house. And it was great. And I kind of felt like sometimes I feel like I get into like if the person reading the book is either the author or has a lot of personality or something, then it kind of helps me to be more into it. If there's ever one with the AI voice, it's like
Yeah.
it's painful actually. um, Megan says, same. I feel like someday my abs will show themselves. I hear you. I mean, I could go
Try being,
down.
if once you're a woman and you're like in perimenopause or postmenopause,
Uh-huh.
your body just goes, you know what you thought your body was? Nope.
Right. It's like another life,
It's a
basically.
completely different life.
Yeah. I recently read not Ender's Game, but like two books later, whatever, and basically they were talking about these trees that have a, first, second, and third life,
Mhm.
basically. And I was like, oh, it's kind of like Maiden, Mother, and Crone. You get to have your third life. Got
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yep. Daniela says hello, and what else? Mom says you need magnifiers to read the ingredients. Oh, that is such a thing. I literally go through the store with my phone taking pictures. I can't read. I feel like they need to make a rule about how big the font
Yeah.
can be on
Yes.
that. Like, because I'm
Yeah,
like taking a photo and blowing it up. I'm like, does this say? I can't see it.
exactly.
Clearly, right? Okay, so what else okay, another thing that I know about Edie is that Edie recently took an exciting trip that I think that you were discussing with Kathy before it
Yes.
happened. Can you tell us a little bit the story
So
of what that was?
Kathy was talks a lot about, solo trips and whatever. And, I love Kathy. I listen to Kathy every Tuesday, her wellness stuff. So, it's sitting up here in my brain. And before or right at COVID, I joined this online book club. It's a lot of different people. They bring in authors, whatever. It's very nice, lovely. And I have stayed with it for 5 years. So the woman that runs it is from Atlanta. And she says, hey, if I get a group of people together, you want to come to Atlanta and we'll listen to different authors and go to different bookstores. I love an independent bookstore. That's like, gets me
Cool.
crazy. I'm so
Uh-huh.
excited. And, we could do this and blah, 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 blah. And I go, yeah, yeah. So I didn't know one person there. I'd never met one person, whatever. I flew to Atlanta. I From Atlanta, I took public transportation where they had no graffiti, so it was very confusing to me. And then I got off of it, and then I called the hotel, and I'm like, "Hey, how far are you?" They're like, "Less than a mile. Just go." I pushed my suitcase up the mile,
Wow.
went there, went to this hotel, met these people, did whatever, took walks every day. There's well, and I was my first ever, you know, after, I mean, when you're young, you might do other things or you meet up with a friend. I didn't know anyone going in. And I had the best time. It stretched me in great ways, figuring things out, meeting people, very different and yet the same. And I had a great time. And I not only was I proud of myself that I did it and figured everything out by myself, I really felt good. I felt really good. Like this was a cool thing to do. And I encourage anyone, if there's something you want to do or you want to go and you can't find a partner or a mate or a friend to go and you want to go, don't let that opportunity waste. Go.
Right.
Check it
Yeah.
out.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I personally love traveling by myself because you don't
Oh,
have to be on anyone else's agenda. You just do what you want to do. And
but
you
you
always
can eat
meet
what you want.
friends when you're there anyway.
You can
Like,
eat what you want. Like I met
yeah,
this one girl and
exactly.
she goes, are you hungry? I go, well, I'm like a little hungry. And she goes, like, how little? I go, like, I just want French fries. She's like, we're going just to get French fries. And we just sat and got French fries and I got to know her. It
Nice.
was fantastic.
That's so fun. I love hearing this from you, and I love that. Thank you for sharing it with us. I love that it hears that it is like sparked on your passions, and that trainer Kathy had anything to do with it. And I just have to say, from you being in class after you came back, you were just like on this sort of high for a while, and
I
just
was.
every time we're talking about like, what are you proud of yourself? What are you happy about? Like solo travel. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm so happy I did that for a while after you got back. So it's really great to hear.
I'm
Awesome.
looking at the next one too. I'm
Oh
looking for.
yeah?
Yep.
Okay. That's
Mhm.
great. Okay, so mom says sense of accomplishment, right? Totally.
Yes.
RD Sharon B is in the chat. Oh, you just missed our conversation on sugar. All right, well, welcome. Okay, so I'd love to do a speed round with you, and it's just kind of like this or that, just so we can get
Mhm.
to know you a little bit better. Are you down?
I'm down.
Okay, so morning workout or evening workout?
It has to be really early or really late.
Okay. Cardio or strength training?
Strength.
Okay. Um, yoga or a hike?
Hike.
Mm-hmm. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay. Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Beach vacation all day, every day.
Okay. Uh-huh. Favorite guilty pleasure?
I would probably say going to a bookstore. I mean, it's a famous story. I once went with my partner to a bookstore and I was like, "Oh my God, I have so many books. I can't have any more. I'm locking my purse in the car." And then we went in there and I go, "Can I have 20 bucks?" So so between um books and also different gym shoes.
Oh,
Because
okay.
so those are my two
Okay.
guilty pleasures.
That's your guilty pleasure. Okay. A song that always gets you moving.
So I would say you could play almost any 70s rock thing or whatever, but if I'm in a bad mood and like really don't want to do something, if I put on ABBA, I will start laughing and it will get moving. I will just because it's so
Never
dumb.
would have picked that for you. That's so funny.
It's so
Okay.
dumb, it just works.
Uh-huh.
But I do like hard rock 70s stuff more, but that's what will just
Uh-huh. I
get me going.
understand. It's like a vibe,
It
basically.
is.
It's more about the vibe. Yeah. Okay. Your if you had to pick one favorite book, you only get one, what is it?
I maybe I would say Prince of Tides by Pat Conroy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Um, your dream destination for a solo trip.
That would probably be Australia.
Ooh. And one word to describe how you feel about your life and all of that right now. Pick one word that's like your word right now.
I think the word right now would have to be settled.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Interesting. I love it. Okay, thank you for that. And is there anything else? I mean, we're gonna have you're Edie staying with us for the rest of the show, so we're gonna get to know her preferences a little bit more and things like that along the way. But is there anything else that you want to name right now? Anything else you want to give as words of wisdom or anything like that?
I think it's super important that if the world, your home, or whatever else is, feeling dark or feeling heavy, you have to find something light that is
Mm,
going to bring the light in you, that is going to make you give off light. Find
mm.
something light, and you can always find it. It may be small, but find light.
Thank you for that. That's medicine for me right now, actually. Thank you. All right. So, if anybody else has any words or questions for Edie, drop them in the chat. I'm happy to find them and ask them. We still have a little bit of time here. Okay. So, now it's time for our mid-show stretch break. So, check it out. It is stretch break time. Now, I spoke to Edie before the show and I asked her what is her favorite stretch, and it's not even one we've ever featured before. So, this stretch today is butterfly. All right, Edie, what do you like about this one? Why did you pick this one?
For years of teaching whatever else, like my back would be tight or my neck would be tight and then everything, my hips would be tight. And one time I was taking a class with Veronica and she had coached me how to do this move better. And I
Hmm.
felt so good afterwards. And then I just started doing it more and more. And I'm like, this is the stretch that makes all of me feel better.
Wow. Okay, so here's Veronica doing it. And the question, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember what she said about how to do it differently than you
Yes.
already were?
Yes. So she said instead of like immediately starting with your feet so close to your body, start with it a little further. And when you go over, don't immediately like round over, like kind of go straight,
Hmm.
then pull your feet in and then round up. And it just clicked.
Interesting. Okay, that's great advice. I always suggest on the butterfly to start with your feet a little more forward. I'm gonna have to
Yes.
try it with the feet a little bit wider. I concur about it's like when I was a little kid taking dance class, they always tell you on this one, smell your toes. And so your feet are there and they have you open your feet like a book, and then they tell you put your face down in there and smell your toes. And I didn't realize for maybe another 30 years after that that they were just saying that to me because that was the way to describe to 4-year-olds how to get into the position and not actually the best way to execute the move, right? Because it's not really about getting your nose to your feet. It's actually more about hinging forward and getting your belly button forward toward the ground. So it's more of a pelvic tilt. And that sounds
Yes.
like what Veronica said to you. It's
Exactly
going to
what
give you more of that lower back experience instead of just having this rounded upper back that you would get if you're just trying to smell your toes. So that's super interesting. This is meant to be a stretch of like a release for your low back, also glutes and outer thighs is really, and it can be inner thighs too. It kind of depends on what you're focused on. Sometimes I have um, tried pushing elbows into the knees, so like pushing the knees down more, which kind of makes it a little bit more inner thighs. Nice. All right, so that is butterfly. How do you guys in the chat feel about that? I would love to know what you think of butterfly. And what else? This is, oh, by the way, in yoga, this is called Baddha Konasana is the name of that pose. Um, and that's why when you take yoga, if you do lie on your back with the soles of your feet together and your knees wide, they call it Supta Baddha Konasana because the Supta part means like reclined, basically. I love that about yoga, about Sanskrit, basically. If you learn a piece of a word, it's like you can apply it every single time. It may that language is very logical in my understanding. So anytime it's supta, it means you're going to be reclining it basically. Right? All right. So the time has come now for the move of the week. All right. This move of the week also is one of Edie's favorites. So there's a couple different names for this, but this in bar is affectionately called the elevator. I would also call it parallel releve plie at the bar. So, Edie, what do you like about this one?
So again, I was not doing well in my walking and I was getting weird shin splints and whatever. And
Hmm.
um, I had mentioned it, and Veronica said, you need to be doing this to be stretching and, you know, just working this out better and improving your calves and doing that. And I started doing this pretty regularly, and sure enough, there went some of the shin splint issues. So
Okay, interesting. Yeah, Veronica's really knowledgeable, actually. It sounds like you've gotten a lot of being in her class.
I did.
Uh, that's good.
Mhm.
Um, so this is notable. This is a bar move. And this is something, if you took a traditional fitness class, they would tell you that this is contraindicated and you're doing it wrong. And then now, at least 10 years ago, now they're saying, oh, sissy squats are actually a really good idea. And the dancers are like, yeah, we've been doing that the whole time. And we already knew that. Like, so it's this move is to me an indication of why you need to not just take something you learn once as the gospel for the rest of your life, but continue to learn and evolve your understanding because otherwise you'd look at this and say, nope. So, okay. So this move in bar, your feet are parallel. Your toes point straight forward to the bar. You can see that Veronica is keeping her chest up and she really goes straight down and straight up. That's part of why we call this the elevator because it's not like a squat where you send your hips back. It's straight down and straight up. This one is really good for working on the strength of the arches of your feet. So what I always cue with that is push your big toes down so that your ankles don't splay out. And it's good that your knees go forward. You want your knees to go forward, but if it hurts your knees, don't do it, right? This is a lot of quads. It is a lot of calves. It is a stretching action for your shins, and it's also building strength into the arches of your feet. So this one has a lot of benefit, and it will make your knees more durable as long as it's not making them worse, basically. A lot of things in fitness seem like they're like that. It's like it's making it better, unless it's making it worse. Carol is in the chat saying, great bar class this week on Wednesday. I took it on replay today. This was included in the class. Nice. And we like to do this in bar class by switching up the tempo. So you can see right here, Veronica's going 2 counts down and 2 counts up, and 2 counts down and 2 counts up. And then after we do it like that for a while, and then she switches it like right here, 3 counts down, 1 count up. So down three, two, one, and up to the top. Yep. So that really helps to challenge your muscles. And when you go slowly, then you're going to be building a little bit more durability. But when you go more quickly and explosively, you're going to get a little bit more of those fast twitch muscles. So you kind of get a little both. Nice. All right. Edie, do you have much dance experience before you've come to bar class?
No, but bar is the thing that got me back into exercising because it hit right. Just hit right.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think that's a really great testimonial for bar. Of course, people who have been taking dance their entire life love it. And I think that can be intimidating sometimes because if you take, especially an in-person bar class, you can go in there and there's all these people that have amazing ballerina skills, and you're just like, wow. And it's absolutely not necessary for you to have any dance experience to take bar class. And it's one of the best classes that you could take, especially for durability of feet and ankles and knees and hips and all of those kinds of parts. So I think that's great. Okay, so now we have some announcements, and we have some really fun ones in here today. The first thing I want you guys to know about, these are Next Fitness Thing announcements. First thing I want you to know is that we have our Walking with Gratitude challenge. It starts on Monday, and this is a 2-week challenge. Trainer Kathy and I put this together, and we actually put a lot into the content of this challenge and really feeling into gratitude from some perspectives that you may not have connected with it in that way before. There is also a very wide range of different types of classes that are in there. And we brought back some ones you might not have seen for a while too. Edie, what's your experience been like in walking challenges?
So I really like walking challenges because they improve the focus of what I'm supposed to be doing. Whereas I could very easily take the easy way out or the lazy way out. Challenges really help the focus. And I enjoy it when there's multiple people in there and they're, giving something to it. But the learning that goes along with it, because there's always little sprinkles of uh, something that we need to learn or something that we need to know or something that we just never thought about. And I think that helps too.
Right. I feel like sometimes when we're doing the normal walking classes, it can be a little fluffier. Not always, but just about what we talk about in class can be a little fluffier. And then when we get into the challenges, we are really going a lot deeper into these topics that we're talking about in class while you walk. And I love the challenges also because it makes it so there's a consistent group of people who show up consistently. So that way it helps you with accountability and it also helps the group to get to know each other, especially if you're sharing with each other in class and things like that. Okay, so this starts on Monday. It is 4 days a week for 2 weeks. And if you'd like to join, there is still space for you to join, and it's thenextfitnessthing.com/gratitude. Members do get a members discount on this, and yeah. Donna D says, I can't wait for the next challenge. Nice. Lots of tidbits, she says. Cool. That's awesome. All right. Now, speaking of walking, we also have another 5K coming up. Now, you could walk this, you could run it, you could do some other kind of cardio if you want to. This is the Friendsgiving 5K. It is on Saturday, November 22nd, and this is a fundraiser for Project Soulflower. If you're interested to do a virtual 5K with us, it's thenextfitnessthing.com/friendsgiving5K. Edie, have you done a 5K with us?
I have done almost everyone that we've ever had, I believe.
Nice. What keeps you coming back?
I like it because even though, I'm one of the people that the trainers all get annoyed with because I never, ever, ever put in my numbers or my stats because I don't care one iota about them. But I like hearing
Uh-huh.
other people and I like encouraging it and I just like do it for myself.
Yeah.
Like
Do you
it. I
ta
like
do you like track your stats while you're doing it?
no, it's first and last only for me. First and last. Like what my first one was and my last one. Those are the only two that I keep.
But I mean, like, do you actually put the tracker on while you're walking to know how far you went?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. Just in the 5K, but not
Yes.
like in all the other classes in the
Yeah, no.
challenge.
No.
I got it. Yeah, I think that's a totally legit way to do this, actually. I mean, some people are very spreadsheet minded and other people are not, right? So, I mean, we were just talking about this in the trivia class today. Some people write a book by making out a huge plan and then writing the book based on the plan, and other
Total
people,
pantser. Total pantser by the seat of my pants.
yeah. And so other people do it by the seat of their pants. And there's no right or wrong around it. It's just your style that makes it fun for you, right? So anyway, whether you are somebody who wants to track your progress every step of the way, or if you're somebody who wants to just go there and see what happens, you're invited to do this 5K with us. It's honestly going to be really awesome, this one, especially because there's an in-person 5K happening concurrently, and those people are also invited to join our virtual 5K while they do their in-person 5K. So that should be really interesting, actually. I'm curious to see how that will go. It's a benefit for young adults living with life-threatening illnesses, and it's to raise money for them to have their bucket list dreams come true. A lot like Make-A-Wish, but it's for people who have just aged out of Make-A-Wish, so this makes it so they still get their wish. All right, moving on. Our next, oh, this is right up Edie's alley. This is the book club. Our walking book club. We don't know of any other walking book clubs. I don't know if anybody else has ever heard of this concept. So you walk while you do book club at the same time. This month's book is a Native American topic, a Native American author. The book is called Where They Last Saw Her by Marcy Rendon. Edie, are you reading this? Did you finish it?
I'm gonna start next week. I give myself I try to read it closer to right
So it's
beforehand.
fresh.
Yes.
Got it. You trust yourself that you can read fast enough to make it through
Oh
by the
yes.
time. Yeah. For me, it's like if I actually want the book to be done, I need to start it immediately after the previous one so I can be sure I get all the way to the end in time. Okay, so this book, I finished this book. It's fantastic. It also takes place in northern Minnesota, which is a place that I've spent time before, which was kind of exciting for me. But anyway, if you're interested to join this book club, it's thenextfitnessthing.com/book club. There are links there, especially for those of you teammates. There are links on the page to find the book, whether you want to find it at the library or bookshop.org, or if you want to find it on Audible or whatever, you can find it there. So feel free to source the book there. And yeah, it is the day after that 5K. So you can do the 5K on Saturday, and then this can be your active recovery on Sunday. This one's with Anna, so you know it's going to be like fun and spicy and, you know, lots of personality in there. We love you, Anna. All right. And then, just so you know, we are also having a turkey trot on Thanksgiving. So this is going to happen Thanksgiving morning. It's at 7 a.m. Pacific. So for those of you East Coasters, it's starts at 10 a.m. I hope that's early enough for you. It's 40 minutes. So this is less than a week after the 5K. So I want it to be at least a significant workout before you have Thanksgiving, but not like a full-on 5K again. So 40 minutes. We're going to have this turkey trot. It's going to be really fun. And I encourage you to come and to spend Thanksgiving with your team. So you can sign up for the turkey trot at thenextfitnessthing.com/turkey trot. If you're not a member, you can still join and you can just pay cash $10 to join if you want to. Or if you are a member, this is including your membership. You don't have to pay anything extra for this. All right. And oh, we have a couple of exciting things happening on the schedule. Both of them are 10:30 a.m. Pacific. One, first of all, we moved what was previously the 8 a.m. Pacific to 10 a.m. Pacific. So that was by request with the survey. So thank you all for filling out the survey. I will put the survey link up next after this. And just saying, Yoga 25 with Kathy is back. We got lots of requests for it, and we're excited to have that back for you. Tuesday mornings, join Kathy for yoga. And on Wednesdays at the same time, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, we are doing booty band strength, which basically is the bands class with the loop band. Edie, were you in that? I feel like you were. Were you in that last
I've
week?
taken one. I usually, if there's something like this, I take it later. I take it on replay, but I do like a
Gotcha,
booty
gotcha.
strings.
The booty band class, I know Pam, who's here, was in this class this week. Somebody was it Carol? Were you in this booty band class? I think you were. Maybe it was Carol. Carol, this class is really fun and it's something that's different. It's something we haven't had on the schedule in a while. So it's a good chance for you. And if you have anything going on where you want to strengthen glute medius, this is your class. It's if you have like, you need to be prehabbing for your knees or your lower back or something, this is your class, booty band strength. All right. And the survey is still up for a few more days. If you did not give your feedback on what you want the schedule to be, go to survey.thenextfitnessthing.com and let us know your preferences. Carol says, yes, she was in booty band strength. I knew it. Awesome. And also, we do have a Discord server. I'll put the link to the Discord server in the notes below so that you can find it. Join us on Discord. We are enlivening our Discord even more than before. And especially if you're in the challenge, there's going to be discussion points for the challenge in the Discord and that kind of thing. So it's a great place to get to know each other better and to talk outside class. All right. So with that, we have one more topic for Edie. And this is something that Edie and I were just like chatting, and she was telling me that this is something that is I don't know. It's been something that you discovered recently. And honestly, same here. So we wanted to kind of introduce this to you guys too, which is creatine. Now, neither of us is nutrition experts. We're not going to pretend like we are. We just want to talk about why this has come into our awareness recently. So, Edie, how is creatine playing in your life these days?
So again, because I'm looking for sugar-free things and whatever, supplements and also always working with, making sure the mind is going. I was looking at some studies and they were all talking about creatine, but not for like being a junior high boy and like, oh, I've worked out, look at me. I got a muscle, well, that's not going to do it
Uh-huh.
for me. But it talked about that there is a bunch of studies saying that it's really good for the mind, like it really is keeping you sharp and
Interesting.
better. So I started looking into a bunch of different things, and one led to another because I am, if nothing else, love a good rabbit hole. So I went down reading, 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 and I said, all right, I'm going to start doing it. So I've started taking creatine.
Cool. And what have you noticed?
So what I have noticed, which is really interesting because now I'm reading um, if you're doing it for this, do you have to do it before a workout or after a workout? So I've been actually doing it. I've been trying to do it after a workout, but I don't always remember. So I probably should be doing it before the workout because then I start doing something else. But I think the thing that is really good about it is I feel very crisp. I feel like, all the neurons are firing.
Interesting.
So.
Okay, that's maybe a better reason than some of the others I've heard for this. I too thought if you said creatine to me, I literally would just think of like the wrestling dudes in high school or something, and that they would be taking creatine like, at school and that it was to bulk up. And so I would have never thought that that would be something that I would want to take, like, ever. And then honestly, this has become sort of a TikTok trend to be talking about creatine. And I was like, and it's mostly women talking about it. And I was like, really? Creatine? That's been around forever. And so, I mean, my understanding is that creatine is something that your body actually makes. So it's not like a completely foreign substance to your body. So, I mean, that's interesting. I'm sure RD Sharon B has feelings on creatine. So if you want to say anything in the chat, just feel free. Um, I mean, honestly, the first time I took it, it gave me a headache. So then I didn't take it again for a while. I sometimes put a little bit in my coffee. And my understanding, though, is that it can be really helpful to take before the workout to make it so that you have a little bit more explosiveness. And it also could be helpful after the workout to make it so that you recover faster. I can't speak to any kind of like whether it really works or anything like that. I can't speak to anything around, you know, any kind of side effects or anything like that. I do know that it says on all of the, all of the info sites that basically, if you have issues with your kidneys or something, definitely, you know, that may not be the right thing for you. And of course, neither one of us is giving any medical advice. So you should check with your own medical team and your own body and see if this is something you're interested in. But I just thought that was so interesting that it's like all the women are into creatine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the bulk thing is like a myth. It's the creatine itself. This is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that the creatine is not actually going to bulk you up. It's the reason that those bodybuilder guys were taking it is because it makes your muscles more explosive. So that then if you were going to go do a weightlifting workout with extremely heavy weights and do a 1 rep max, that would help you bulk up because you would have the explosiveness to push the weight one time as heavy as you can, and that's basically how you bulk. That's not what we're doing in class ever. Nobody who, like, women should not be afraid of bulking up from doing weights. It doesn't happen accidentally. Um, but if you do want to have some increase in performance or maybe brain sharpness, then this might be something to research and check out. So, RD Sharon B's in the chat. She says, drink plenty of water. Short explosive bursts. Right. I mean, I definitely got a headache when I took it. I'll tell you that. I did. So, mm, I mean, that to me is like as soon if I have something like that, I'm like, no. That's like kind of how I am with pea protein. If I take pea protein, I have to poop within 15 seconds. No. Like, so, I mean, we're not advertising creatine. We're just bringing it into your awareness. Nice. Okay. So, Edie, what else? Anything else that
All
you'd
right.
like to tell us and
Okay.
share? All right, well, I gotta
So,
spotlight you and let
okay.
you be on the shit.
I
Uh-huh.
want you guys to try this. It's very crazy. We can all do it now. Alexis doesn't even know about it. So
Okay.
if you make a peace sign with your right hand and your palm is facing out, and then you take your other hand and you make it backwards out. Okay, now switch it really fast so that you're doing this to that. Oh yeah. Then you switch it again. Got your thumb. You are rewiring your brain for something that you wouldn't keep doing. It's that simple. Okay. So now, wait, here's an even crazier one because that's crazy. So, you know how if you were doing like thumb to pinky, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, your right hand, you do that normally, but this one, you do it backwards. So, at the same time, you're going through your fingers, but you're doing it backwards. So, this one goes like this, and this one goes like this. It's
Whoa.
just a rewiring of your brain to
Whoa.
keep your brain active. I know Lana's probably going, she's nuts. I am, but this is good for your brain.
That's my mom. My mom calls you Smart E. That is her name for you, is Smart E.
So make your mom do this. She'll go crazy. But it's really good for just makes you're doing a small movement, but yeah,
It's harder too if I'm watching it in the reflection
Right.
instead of just looking at my
Uh-huh.
the eyes closed is like next
Yep.
level.
See?
Yeah, it's great. I love
Just
it. All right, Edie is such a character. You guys, we who thinks Edie should probably have her own class? I mean, seriously, I'm not put making you do it or anything, but I'm just saying you're great. It's really fun to have you here and to learn so many things from you. It's really awesome. Okay. Anything else?
keep learning because at some point all of you are going to be 66 too.
Is that your number? 66?
I'll
Wow,
be
look, that's
67 in
amazing.
February.
Ooh.
Um,
So, and if you were teaching middle school right now, you know what they would say right now, right? They'd be like, 6, 7
yeah,
or
right.
something like
I know. I would be like, say it one more time and I'll 6, 7 you right. Oh,
Oh, that's amazing. All right, Edie, thank you for being here and doing this. And
yeah.
it's been so wonderful. What a joy. If you wanted more of Edie, come to class. She's in class every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning Pacific, as well as other random times you might find her also. But she definitely brings a lot of spice to the class and makes it more fun for everyone every time. So, Edie, I love that about you and so much more. I also love how I have to say this every time. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm bringing in how community is so important and how all these things are so important. Edie's like, it's important to be an individual too. And I'm like, yes, it is. And so you always have you bring the perspective and the balance to the conversation always. And I love that about you so much. Mm-hmm. All
I
right,
love
Jamie.
everything about this group.
Yay. Aw. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put the music on. We're gonna dance it out a little bit, and yep, let's do it. All right. So I got the sound. I got all the things. See if I can get the music playing. Edie's dancing before the music starts. I love your attitude.